Hi everyone, so I thought I would come on and show you just a quick little journal cover idea. Something that I've done before. It's not my idea, I've probably seen it somewhere else in the past. So I'm using some cardstock here to start with. Excuse my inky fingers. I have got strips of these are digitals from ARTYmaze. I'm making a journal using her new kit, which is the wallpaper sample. So I'm gonna be layering them on like that, and I will be stitching them as well. I think that's that away. Maybe having that a little bit more like this, that away. Okay, so I'm going to be putting that on. But first of all, the cardstock, I normally, it's A4 size. I fold it in half. I then put it into my this. I've already scored it, so I can't see the center there because the light is so bright. So I just find where I folded it in half, I find the 0.6 and the marker 6, and then I go out like 3/8 and I score either side of that centerpiece like that. So we have 3 marks. That just gives a nice bit of a spine when it's folded in half, rather than it just being like flat like that. I'm not overly keen on that, but each to their own. If you prefer just a simple fold, then you can just do that. So I'm going to, obviously I've cut these strips up already just to save a little bit of time, and I'm going to glue them. I'm going to stitch as well, so I'm just using this. Oh, my hands are so cold, it's absolutely freezing here today in the UK and my hands are not working. So I'm just gonna make sure I've got a lot of this on there because I do want it to stick to the cardstock. So I may actually fast forward this if I can remember how to do that, and that doesn't want to work. I think it's my hands that are not working. So yeah, I'll probably fast forward these bits because it's just gluing paper. And
I should put that there.
okay, so that's all glued on, and now I'm just going to trim off all the overhang that we don't need. So this is a traveller's notebook size journal, so obviously just cut your cover to the size that you require. You don't have to use digitals, you can use scrapbooking paper or book pages, ledger papers, all that kind of stuff. Okay, so that's all kind of gluey, so I'm not actually going to save that. So that's that. What I'm going to do now is stitch along these 3 lines. Then I'm going to attach that, and I've got some coffee dyed paper. I will attach that onto there and trim that off, but we'll do that I'll show you that as I go along. Okay, so I'm just going to go and stitch that. I can't do it, can't get the sewing machine on here with all the stuff that I've got. Too much mess. So I'll go and sew that and I'll be back. Okay, so I've done the stitching. I've used a white stitch, a white cotton I should say. I'm just going to trim these off, but not completely, because I'm going to attach this to the coffee dyed piece of cardstock, and then I'm going to sew all around the edges. But first of all, I'm going to go over these score marks again so that I can see them like on the outside, because obviously I've covered that. So let me try and find that again. I can't believe how bright the light is on the white cardstock. Okay, so just doing that again. But like I said, if you're just folding it in half with the one, you don't have to do that, because half is half, isn't it? Also, when I said you don't have to use digitals, you could use, you know, book pages, scrapbooking paper, whatever. You could also use fabric. You could use a couple of layers of fabric to do that. So, talking of fabric, I need a little strip, just a little strip. I've got this cotton here, I don't know. I'm going to put a little bit of it down the middle here, and just like that. Let's see, hopefully that will tear the right way. So I need some glue. I've got this stuff. I got that ages ago. It's I looked it up the other day on Amazon. That's where I got it from, and I can't find it again. I don't think they're selling it anymore. It's supposed to be good for like fabric and stuff like that as well. It is very wet glue. And it doesn't smell, which is good. I got this to try instead of using the 3-in-1 or the Fabri-Tac or whatever it is you use. So I'm just going to do that. Takes a little bit longer to dry, but does the job, and it doesn't smell. So obviously, because I still can't get hold of my normal glue, my tacky glue. I'm going out tomorrow. I'm going out tomorrow morning. I'm going to go on the hunt for it, because there's a Hobbycraft where I'm going, so I'm going to try there. If not, I will get some form of tacky glue from there, probably their own make. I've never tried that one before, so I have no idea what it's like. So if you've tried it from Hobbycraft in the UK, you can maybe tell me if it's good or not. Okay. Right, I'm going to have to let that dry for a minute, and then we will be back. Okay, it's not quite dry, but I'm going to be putting some more on it anyway, so might as well just do it. So I'm just going to run some glue down here again. And then just a little bit all around the edges, and just so that it just attaches itself, because I'm going to be sewing, just so it attaches itself to the coffee dyed piece of cardstock that I have. There we go. I like the nozzle on that. It's really thin and doesn't all gloop out. Okay, so I'm going to have to stand to do this, so I'm just going to measure that up to there, and obviously this will have to dry. If you're sewing, I mean, you don't have to sew if you don't want to, but if you are sewing, just remember to let any glue that's maybe gone to the edges dry first before you run it through your sewing machine. Otherwise you're gonna end up with a messed up needle. I've done that before. Just sharing my wisdom. Okay, right, so I'm gonna, obviously I'll trim that off. See if I can do that now. I'm really struggling to see. The light is just so bright. Shouldn't complain. There we go. Just trim that off. I will save that for something. That could be a couple of tabs. Okay. Obviously I do want that to dry. Right, so I'm going to go back in and do them score lines again so that they go through onto that side. Okay, if I can see them, that is. Okay, I think that's them. Yeah, it is. It is. So I might do a little series of journal cover ideas. Probably won't be hundreds of them, but you know, if I share the ones that I enjoy doing, or you know, if I've come across something that's inspired me, you know, I will have a go, and if it turns out okay, I will show you how I do it, because you don't often do everything identical. Okay, so I'm going to let that dry, and then I will stitch all around the edge. Okay, so I have stitched all around. Got a stray bit there. I'll sort that out in a second. So I'm just going to ink around the edges. Just opened up a new vintage photo, and oh my goodness, you don't realise how faded your old ones get until you open a new one up and you realise, that's how it's supposed to look. That's the colour it should be. Okay. And then I'm going to, I think that's still a little bit damp in there. So I'm just going to fold that and go down there with the distress ink. Right, what I'm going to do next, right, I'm just going to leave these two because it is still slightly damp in there because of the fabric. I'm going to make, I don't know whether just to do a simple doodah, one of these, like I did on the ones, the one that I done the other day with all the blue doodahs, all the blue colours. Have I got, this is just my little odds and sods, things that I don't necessarily want to put away. I just keep them just there in that little glass jar. I don't know if I've mentioned already, I possibly have, that I'm going to be doing the organisation collaboration with a bunch of ladies. I'm on the 13th and I'm absolutely dreading it. I'm looking forward to it and dreading it at the same time because it's a total mess. My desk is a mess. I'm going to ink that up. I don't want it white, I want it vintage photo. I was going to do a topper, now changed my mind completely. Because what is the point of doing all that and then covering all of that up? You know, because we kind of like, well, I like it, I love them vintage wallpaper samples from ARTYmaze. That's a little oval that come out of there. How that got coffee dyed, I don't know, or maybe it was another one from the time before. Right, I have got a little stamp somewhere. Oh, that's handy, it's right at the top. Just says love. And I'm going to use this. And maybe my next cover I will do like a proper topper for, you know, like a layered, whoops, I don't want to stick, probably because it's dirty. Yeah, do a proper topper. So we just put that on there. I hope I've clicked. Yeah, I did. I thought, did I actually click record? Because I've done crazy stuff like that before. Sat there and not pressed record. Get rid of that ink. Okay, so I need to stand up and put my head over. So I think that would look nice just about there. So I'm going to see if I can squeeze some out of my tacky glue because it does dry quicker. I've got about ½ an inch left in this. I better find some form of tacky glue tomorrow when I go out or I won't be happy. There we go. Just, you get used to what you use. I just can't believe. I actually emailed the range and asked them what's going on. What's going on with this tacky glue malarkey. So I'm going to put that there. You know, because I was a little bit sarcastic and said, you've got all the craft supplies, but how are we supposed to use some of it if you don't have the glue that we need, because it's literally been empty there for months, about 2 months I think it's been empty for, where that glue is. Right, I'm just trying to make sure that that's straight. Something I find hard to do is when the camera's on, because it's in my way, is to get things straight. Okay, and I will put 2 little something or others on there. This is all bling and things in here that needs sorting out big time as well. Oh, some pink. Whoa. Got loads of this stuff. If you're looking for that bling, you normally find that in Home Bargains here in the UK. Home Bargains. Haven't been there in ages. Might get to go there tomorrow as well. We will see, because my grandson's birthday tomorrow, so I'm going to have to get a few little bits for him. He will be 6. Gone really quickly, that has. So there you go, that is the cover. The signature, obviously I'm not going to do it, it's not a tutorial on the journal, but the signature will go in, and that is that. Quick, easy journal cover. Okay, so if you have any questions about this, then just ask, and I hope it was helpful. If you make one like this, tag me somewhere along the lines, or let me know so I can see what you've done. So yeah, thanks for watching. Bye.